Alright, so I think we're live. I'm going to check it on my computer over here to make sure that I am, but I'm going to give it just a few minutes. Let's see. We are going to do a sublimation tumbler. So I'm going to give it just a few minutes. I'm going to check that the audio is good over here. So give me just a minute. My oven, if you can see behind me, is preheating right now. So it's warming up. It's getting ready. I'm printing off my images. And I'll tell you guys how I do that in just a minute. Right now I'm just buying a file from Etsy so you guys can see like actually how I do it. So I'm not going to be able to turn you towards my computer just because it is over here. But I'm just going to download it and then size it and print it. So, but I'll explain it the whole way there. So we're going to be doing a sublimation tutorial. Let me know when you guys are here. Comment, let me know. Is audio good? Video good? Let me know. So I'm downloading my files right now. And I'm going to see which one works. And I'm going to upload to Inkscape. Let me see. It's really annoying for me to do it over here. I'm going to upload to Inkscape. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, you burned 2 cups today. Oh, no. Luckily, I haven't burned any cups, so I can tell you exactly what I do and show you guys. Thankfully, I haven't burned anything. Watch today be the day. I've only done a handful of tumblers, less than 10, but I haven't had any bad luck with them, so that's been awesome. But yeah, they're really super fun, super easy, so I'm excited to share with you guys, especially since more sublimation stuff's coming to Puzzle. It's going to be great. So I'm pulling my image up over here. Give me just a second, you guys. I'm making a new file. So I use Inkscape. It's just a free one, and it's just the one that I used first. And I'm using a bot file today, so nothing fancy. All right, any questions about any sublimation questions at all throughout this whole process, feel free to let me know. Right now you can see my little toaster oven is getting really hot. I have mine set to about 400 degrees. I do make it hotter for mugs. I've noticed with ceramic mugs it needs to be hotter, but for my tumblers, I usually put it right around the 400 degree mark, and it's worked great for me every time. So do I just use a toaster oven or does it have to be convection? So it has to be a convection oven. This was the only oven that I've bought. I got this one at Target. It was $50 right around. I can stand up a mug in there, but I can't stand up a tumbler. It didn't matter to me though. But yeah, it's a nice little Black & Decker. I can link it at the end if you guys want. So that way you guys can get the exact one I have if you want. It does fit up to 30 ounces. I don't have one sitting here, but it does fit up to 30 ounces if you do it sideways. So it's been really great so far. Let me just get this image printed real fast, guys. Today has been absolutely crazy, so I'm just all over the place. So there we go. And I'm just going to make this image nice and big. I always make mine bigger. I don't size mine perfectly like some people do. So I'm not great for that kind of information. But I do try my best to bring you guys whatever knowledge I can. So let me just print this real quick. I always print mine and I make my quality up to high and then I print. If you are printing something with words, make sure you mirror your image. So this was the first one that I'm going to do. This one's actually, I can't think of what it's called. It's a certain type of camo. It's like a fishing camo or something, or I don't know. My husband picked it. You just bought the same one, Tammy? It's a good one. It's worked really well for me. What do you put it on? Mine had broil, bake, and something else. I have mine set on 400 degrees. I have it set on bake, and I have it on the stay on mode, so it's not just going tick, 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 tick behind me the whole time. So mine had the stay on setting, and then bake. I know some have like a actual like convection button. Mine didn't, but I've put it on bake, and it's worked great every time. So I can't complain. So this is the first image. So this is just the A-Sub brand paper. And I just printed it out. I put the settings on high, so your images are going to come out more muted than what they'll actually appear. And don't worry about it. When you actually press it or bake it, it's going to get more vibrant. So this does look kind of muted. It is kind of like browns and stuff though, but that is what we're doing. The other one is a marble and rose gold, because I'm going to be doing this one on the standard 20-ounce skinny, the plain ones, and then I'm going to be doing the marble one onto the new holographic one. So I'm super excited. Let me grab that image. My printer's over there. All right, and I'm hoping I made this big enough. This one, I did just buy this file on Etsy, so super pretty, but I'm hoping that it's big enough. I didn't measure, so we'll see. We're gonna go ahead and do the other first. So do you guys, I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. So I'm going to flip y'all down so I can show you the tumblers, and then I can show you how I wrap my tumblers, and then I will answer specific questions during, but also while it's baking, because I do bake mine for 9 minutes. So we'll have some time to answer questions. So I'm gonna flip you guys down. Just like that. Hopefully, let me see, make sure y'all can see everything. Okay, great. I think y'all can see. Here's my image. There we go. Now you guys can see. All right, and let me make sure I pull up the video over here so I can see all of your questions while it's facing down. So that's my image. We're going to trim the sides first, and then we will work on wrapping it. All right, there we go. All right, so now I can actually see y'all's questions. It may take a second because my video does delay a little, but we're gonna go ahead and trim it. I did just buy a paper trimmer, but I haven't set it up yet, so I'm just gonna go in with some scissors and just trim the edges. I want to make sure that all of my images, it covers the whole tumbler. So I want to make sure I get rid of all this white so there is no white left behind, if that makes sense. There's no plain spot. So I'm just trimming off the images, or the edges of the image. Just using a pair of scissors, doing this by hand. Since mine is a perfect square, I don't have to worry about anything specific, but I'm just trimming. All right. And don't mind the alcohol ink all over my table. I totally forgot to clean it. All right, so I have my tumblers here, and I have, like I said, the plain one, and then I have the holographic one. So let's see. Okay, so this is the holographic one. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys first. It is super pretty. I don't know if you can pick up the holographic on camera, but oh my gosh, it is so stunning. So we're gonna be putting the marbled one on this. So I'm just gonna set her to the side. And we're gonna get the plain one first, because I'm going to be doing, I don't think my husband would want holographic. Maybe, but probably not. So here is just the plain white one. So I always just, you don't have to do anything to prep it. So these are just stainless steel tumblers. If you guys haven't seen them before, stainless steel tumblers, but they have a white poly coating on them essentially that is perfect for sublimation, because you have to have like polyester for the ink to bake into. So doing it that way, you can you don't have to do anything. They're just ready to use straight out of the box, which I absolutely love. I hate having to do prep work. Trying to see if that's better. I want you guys to be able to see the whole tumbler if possible. I don't think you can. Oh well, you guys are gonna see here as I wrap it though. Alright, so I just kind of line it up top and bottom just like that. And then I'm going to get my heat tape. So I just buy a brand off of Amazon. Hey Shanna. So this is just my heat tape dispenser, nothing fancy, just plain heat tape. And I'm going to take the edges and just wrap it up. And you want to make sure you are pulling this super tight, because if it is not pulled tight, you'll have areas that are super faded. So you want to make sure that it is on here super, super tight. As tight as you can get it. I do the tape method. There is a method with shrink wrap, but I have not tried that. I'm hoping to get some soon and try it, but I haven't had any issues with this, so I haven't looked into it. So I have this pulled super tight. and then I'm just going to tape it. So I'm just going to put one this way just to get a good tape on it. And then I'm going to put some going the long ways too. Just like that. And you can put as much or as little tape as you want. So you can see we've got the base of it done. I like to tape down the edges so that way it has a nice seal all over. So I'm going to do that. You don't have to. I've seen people not do that, but that is my preference. So we're going to do that. So what I do for the edges is I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to tightly pull it all over into the cup. So it gets a nice seal around that rim. And I do that on the top and bottom. Yes, it is kind of wasteful on tape, but it gives me the security of having the rims covered. You can do this with painter's tape. Sorry if you hear my dog. There's a dog barking outside and he's a barker. But you can do this with painter's tape. I just like the heat tape because it's transparent, because as your tumbler bakes, you'll be able to see through it, see through the paper, and you'll see your design, and that's kind of one way you can tell that your image is ready. You love the shrink wrap method? I haven't tried it. The tape has worked well for me every time. I haven't had any issues, so I don't know, the shrink wrap, you have to throw it away each time, and I don't like that. So I know you throw away the tape too, but I just haven't tried it. I need to though. Oh my gosh, the tape dispenser is like a lifesaver. Honestly, like it is the best investment I've made so far with the tape. Sorry, he's just barking. He's a big German Shepherd mix, so he's a big boy, so he's very loud. But yeah, I just go all the way around the edges to get a nice seal on the edge, because you don't want to have super faded rims if you can avoid it. This one is for my husband, so if it didn't turn out, no big deal. But once you've subbed on them once, you can't really do it again. But the nice thing, especially with us being tumbler makers, is if you do mess up, you can just epoxy over these. You could just sand them and then epoxy over them. So you don't really waste the tumbler, you know? I mean, it's not sublimated anymore, but you could still glitter them and epoxy them. So that's really good that if you do mess up while practicing, they're not going to waste. All right, we're just going all the way around the rims. I got my dispenser on Amazon. So my tape dispenser and tape they're both from Amazon. So is my paper. And my ink, actually, too. I buy a lot on Amazon, guys. But, yeah, I got it from Amazon. I just looked up a heat tape dispenser, and it was one that came with the option for the bigger wheel. I can link it afterwards if you guys remind me. But yeah, this thing has saved me so much time rather than having to, like, cut every piece. But yeah, I just pull it super tight over the rim. This part does take a while, but overall it is so much faster doing sublimation tumblers than regular tumblers, so they're perfect for last minute gifts. If you had shrink wrap, it would be great for this because you can just shrink wrap it. I think you just kind of tape the first part and then you'd shrink wrap the rest. So I definitely want to do that, and if I do that, I will definitely come back live and show you guys the difference in time and stuff. But yeah, just like that. Okay. For the bottom, I actually am just going to use the painter's tape. I don't worry as much about the bottom as I do the top. Let's see. The shrink wrap method pulls it down around both edges so you don't have to waste a bunch. Yeah, see, I don't mind wasting the tape just because it's not as expensive, and I don't know. I do want to definitely try the shrink wrap method. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just taking a piece of painter's tape and I'm just pulling it super tight all around my cup. It just gives a little extra tightness, just like that, just the one. Let's see, I got all my stuff to make tumblers except the wrap. I might try tape. I say tape, it really works. I mean, yeah, it takes a minute to do, but it works really well. So I haven't had any issues with it. So I definitely recommend it. I know some people who only do shrink wrap and they've had great results. So definitely both work. Just definitely, I mean, I don't see any harm trying it with tape. And if you don't like it, you don't like it, you know, and get shrink wrap. But yeah, the tapes worked really well for me. And so I'm just doing it with tape around here on the bottom. I'm just pulling it in a couple different spots to get that tightness that I need. And painter's tape is super cheap, so you can get it, I mean, even at the Dollar Tree. Yep, just like that, all the way around. All right. What printer did I convert? So I'll talk about that in just a second. I did an Epson 2720, so I can show you guys. I mean, I can show you guys the printer. I'd have to move the camera though. But yeah, so I did an Epson 2720, and I've absolutely loved it. So I'm gonna flip you guys back up. There we are. All right, just gotta get it lined up again. That works. This mount I have is so weird. Okay, there we go. So we are going to put it into the toaster now. So I'm actually going to set a timer. So let me pull up a timer. Normally I tell my Alexa, but I don't want her going off the whole time. So I'm just going to use my computer. So 3 minutes. All right, so my oven is preheated to 400 degrees right now. So what I do is I just put it in like this, and then it'll roll. So you can see that it will roll. I usually just kind of hold it in place till it's ready. And then every 3 minutes I like to rotate it. I don't know if that actually does anything, but that's what I do. So let me start my timer, so 3 minutes. All right, so let me go answer some questions. So it's just gonna be in there baking this whole time. Let's see, so yeah, why do I use two different types of tape? So heat tape is more expensive than painter's tape. I like the heat tape for the edges just because I feel like I can pull it tighter. But I use painter's tape all around the whole thing just to get that tightness. But it's just not as tight in my opinion. So I use the heat tape around the rim at the top, which is where you like see it the most. And then I do one around the middle just with the painter's tape to add a little pull on the paper. And then I do it on the bottom just because I didn't want to use more heat tape. All right. Where can you get shrink wrap? You can get it on Amazon. I know a lot of people get it on Amazon. I just did the heat tape on the top because I can pull it tighter for the top rim, and then the painter's tape at the bottom just because I didn't worry about pulling it as tight. Shanna bought her shrink wrap from Etsy, but I know lots of other places sell sub tumblers or print also. Oh, prints also sell, yeah. I've seen shrink tape on, or shrink wrap on Amazon. So that's probably where I'm gonna try first. But the tapes worked well, so it's not super time sensitive that I get it. So my temperature is 400 degrees. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead while my timer is going. I'm going to talk about some other materials. Exactly. I just see the comment right there, Carol. What type of paper do I use? So I was going to talk about my paper and my ink now. So this is the paper that I use. This is the A-Sub brand paper. I have the 125 weight, I think it is, like grams weight. I'm not sure if there's a big difference in the weight. I know they have like 105, 115, 125. This is just the one that I saw for my printer. But it's worked really well. It's super thick. It's really nice. But the A-Sub brand has been really, really good. It goes through my printer with ease. It's easy to work with. It gives great results. So this is the brand paper that I use. And then, let's see. I'm about to talk about my printer. So sublimation is just baked on. Yes. So what's the key to the print? The paper or ink? Yes. So this one, it's had really good results. I did have another brand too that worked really well, but the paper wasn't as thick, and so it wasn't going through my printer as easy. I think it was Printer's Jack. So the pictures were great, but this is just thicker, so it doesn't bend as easy. So it worked personally better with my printer. So the A-Sub paper is really good. For ink, I use so this is the Seagull brand, Seogol. It has worked really well for me. So it comes with the 4 colors that you need for your printer: black, cyan, magenta, and yellow. So it's been 3 minutes. So this is just a heat glove. And I'm just gonna roll it to the middle. The middle. Close enough. Anyways, so this is the Seagull brand ink. It has worked really well for me. I know a lot of people recommend Cosmos ink. Theirs is just more pricey, and this has given me great results. So one day I will try the Cosmos brand since it is so highly talked about. But overall, this one's worked really well. I don't have anything that I've sublimated near me right now, but it's been super awesome. So let's see. And then the printer, it's an Epson EcoTank 2720. And it's been super great. The printer is super easy to convert. All you do is, instead of, when you get the printer, you unwrap it like everything, and then you just put the sublimation ink in instead of the regular ink. That's it. So literally all I did was put this ink in instead of the regular inkjet ink, and it was ready to go. So you have to do a head cleaning, which is just simple. It says, do you want to do a head cleaning? You just say yes when you first set it up. And it printed perfect the first time for me, which was amazing. And it's been amazing ever since. So this is definitely one of the cheaper printers for sublimation. So it can only print 8.5 by 11. It actually can go up to 8.5 by 14, but some printers can print like 15 inches wide. Mine cannot, but I will just layer my images if I need to. So it's worked really great. So let's see. The adhesive on painter's tape doesn't mess with the bottom of the cup. No, if you have a good item and good quality tape, it won't leave any marks. And the painter's tape, it doesn't matter. I used Hammermill copy paper, but not on a cup yet. I was checking my timer. I've heard people use copy paper. The difference between copy paper and sublimation paper is designed to take in that ink, but then when heated, it puts out that ink. Whereas copy paper takes in the ink, but may or may not put out the ink as well, if that makes sense. So the ink may show up perfect on copy paper, but it may not go onto your item as well. Let's see. Can you use a laser jet printer? No, it needs to be inkjet because you have to use the sublimation ink. You have to use the specific sublimation inks to do sublimation. You're welcome. Printer's Jack on Amazon, that's what I use. I've heard really good things about Printer's Jack. I just haven't tried it. Actually, I tried the paper, and it worked well. It just rolled for me. I don't know why, but it did. But it looked great. All right, so it's been another 3 minutes. I'm just gonna roll my tumbler again. Since it rolled all the way over, I'm gonna get it to stay in the middle this time. There we go. All right, in the last 3 minutes it's going, so it's been 6 minutes so far. Like I said, I do mine for 9, around 400 degrees. Can you use regular HP inkjet? No. Sublimation ink is a special formulation of ink that is designed to, when heated, it bonds with polyester fibers. So it doesn't just sit on top, it actually fuses into those fibers, which is why when you're doing sublimation, it's good to do it on white because those colors will be true. But you can do it on other colors too. But no, you need to have sublimation ink to do sublimation. Otherwise, it will not last. Same as you need polyester shirts. If you're making shirts, you have to do a polyester shirt. It has to have some polyester for it to last. So like this one I'm wearing, for example, was polyester, and it's just black ink. This shirt is a 45% polyester, I think, 40% polyester. 50%, somewhere around that, 40 to 50% polyester. So you can see it's a little more faded than 100% polyester. So sublimation ink has to go with polyester, which is why you have to buy specific tumblers, because they are coded for sublimation, if that makes sense. So yeah, I use the A-Sub brand paper. I use the Seagull, S-E-O-G-O-L ink from Amazon, both of these. And then my printer is an Epson EcoTank 2720. You can convert Epson EcoTanks, you can convert Epson Workforces, or Sawgrass printers. I just went with the Epson EcoTank 2720 because it was the most inexpensive. They had it at Target, which is where I got mine, and I have a discount at Target, so I ended up getting it for $150, I think it was, but they're $199 regularly, so it's a really good deal. And then the ink was $20, I think, somewhere right around that, $20, $21, $19, somewhere around there, and my paper is about $22. So this stuff is $40, printers $200. So altogether, you're spending $250, which is a pretty large investment. But if it's something you want to do, I really do think it took my shop to the next level. Sublimation tumblers are really awesome. They're super quick, they're super easy, they're great for rush orders. So like I got several orders for sublimation ones right before Christmas. So, and I was able to knock them out really quick, whereas regular epoxy tumblers, we all know, take time. So, oops, knocked my camera. All right, so we have hit 9 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out so we can see how it looks. So I have these 2 strips that I cut off of, I have a silicone mat in there. I don't think you need it, I just put it in there, but I have these 2 strips from it that I lay down so I don't put the hot 400-degree tumbler on my desk. So I'm going to go ahead and lay those down. I'm going to get my heat gloves on, which you don't need. I actually just got these. I was using a plain white dish towel before, but these were only like $8, $10 on Amazon, so I highly recommend them. So what you do is you're going to pull out your tumbler, and you can see the image kind of showing through a little bit, and that's how you'll know it's ready. So what you'll do is you are going to peel your tape. So you'll want to go around and peel off all this tape. I'm actually going to do just one glove because I have better hand with just regular. So keep in mind, this is a metal tumbler coming out of an oven. So out of a 400-degree oven. So it is going to be really hot. So please be careful. That's why I do recommend the heat gloves. If not, a towel, and just work slow, you know, don't hurt yourself. All right. You notice I'm being very careful with my left hand, just so I don't burn myself. To peel off all the tape. All right. Right, and we're going to go ahead and just grab the paper here. And we should be able to, ooh, hot, reveal our tumbler. Like I said, super hot, do be careful. I have a high pain tolerance, so I can touch the cup a little bit. I'll get to comments in a second if there are some comments. I don't want to be reading them and accidentally burn my hand too much. But since I taped them on there so well, I don't get that beautiful reveal. But there we are. Look at how pretty that is, guys. So this was a brownish green design. But look how pretty. All right, so you can see this is why you want these sublimation paper, because it is, all the ink is gone. You can see this is more what the original color was, and this is what it looks like now because this was the overlap. But here is our beautiful tumbler. Sublimated and everything. So, and you can see the rims look really awesome. There is no white faded spots or anything, so it looks really awesome, you guys. Let me slide this other glove on real fast again so I can actually touch it to show you guys. There we go. Look how pretty it turned out, you guys. Super awesome, right? So yeah, that is a finished sublimation tumbler. Let me check questions real quick. And then I do have another one if you guys want to see it. Can you use glitter on sublimation tumblers? Yes. So if you wanted to do this, and let's say you made this, but you were like, you know what? I have a customer who's wanting to buy it and they want glitter too. You could always glitter over it. You could do like the cheat method and glitter and then epoxy. You could do glitter on the bottom half and epoxy. You could stick a vinyl decal on here if you wanted to add a name and then epoxy. So these are just plain stainless steel tumblers just with that coating. So you could 100% put something on here, a decal, glitter, whatever, and then epoxy. So, and if this messed up, so let's say half of this didn't turn out, you could still epoxy it. So I have one that the image was super faded, and it was my first practice one. It was faded. I didn't like it. So I went ahead and I have it sitting on my shelf and I'm going to make a tumbler out of it. Just an epoxy tumbler. So super awesome, right, you guys? Look how fun. So yeah, there is our first sublimation tumbler. What do you guys think? Is there a video somewhere that can show you how to convert your printer? My printer, you didn't need anything. I literally just put the ink in. So I just took the ink that I bought, this ink right here. I took it and I put it in a syringe bottle just to get it small enough. And I just put it straight in my printer. And that was all the converting that I had to do. So it's super easy if you get the same printer I have, which is an Epson Incotate 2720. I missed all of it because I didn't know how to get in. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm assuming that's painter's tape. Yes, so I used a mix of heat tape and painter's tape, but if you stick around, I'm going to be doing another tumbler. I have another one I want to do with you guys. So, can I show the seam? Yeah, here's my seam right here. Can you see? Yeah, okay. Here's my seam right here. I don't know if you can tell, but that is my seam. I didn't have a perfect image that didn't have a seam, so there's going to be a seam on my next one too, but that's the line. How awesome, right? So yeah, overall, looks really great. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So I'm going to take these off because they are so chunky. You can also use masking tape or shrink wrap. Yes, so you can use shrink wrap. I haven't tried that. Masking tape I found peeled. So the painter's tape has worked best for me. I did use masking tape. And as it was baking, it kind of like peeled off a little bit. So the blue painter's tape is what I use. But yes, shrink wrap. I still want to try it. I have not personally. The seam looks great. Thank you. I'll say this image was actually just one my husband found. I am assuming he found it on Google. I'm not going to lie. It is just personal use though. But yeah, so that's just the seam. It looks great. The whole thing with this is you just want to make sure it's pulled really tight when you're wrapping it. So that way you, what am I trying to say? You have that good finish all the way around. There's no faded spots. Yeah, there it is, you guys. What color was it before? It was white. I say it was a white tumbler. So here's the start of our next tumbler. So this one, I don't know if you can tell, has that holographic shine. I think you can see it right here. It has a holographic glitter coating. How cool is that? So this one will be great for all of those like girlier tumblers you want to make. So I'm making this one for myself. I didn't have any sublimation orders to work on tonight, so I'm just doing some personal ones. So watching for the first time, is there special tape you use? Yes. So I've lost it, there it is. I use a mix of heat tape, which is just a tape you buy specifically. I just looked up heat resistant tape. It is usually yellow, comes on a big old roll like that. And then I also use painter's tape just because this is a little more pricey than plain painter's tape, and just to get that pulled coverage. But any part touching the tumbler, you want it to be the heat tape or the painter's tape has worked well for me too. So these are the new ones. I'm so excited. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw all this away now. You cannot reuse them once you've baked it once. That's it. Yes, Shanna, exactly. Heat resistant tape. Hey, Donna. yeah, definitely you can replay. I am starting the second one now, so I'm just going ahead and trimming my image. This is an image I just bought off Etsy. So it is warped already, which would work great for a warped tumbler. Actually, it's not warped. I don't know. Part of the sides are flat, but the top and bottom are still flat, so I don't know. But I'm going to put this on a tumbler. So I'm going to be doing this on the new holographic ones, y'all. Once these sell out, I really hope Jessica gets more, but you guys definitely need to get your hands on these holographic tumblers. They are so pretty. And if you want to save a little money while shopping on puzzletumblers.com, you can use my code. It's Morgan12. It's my name, MORGAN12. And it'll save you 12%, which honestly, these tumblers are really fairly priced compared to everywhere I've looked. But you can always save on just any items. Thank you guys for answering questions. It's hard to keep up. Before you put your picture on, you have to prep. Nope. This tumbler I just took straight out of the package. I'm doing absolutely no prep, which is part of the good side of puzzle tumblers, or of sublimation tumblers. They're just ready to go. No prep needed. All right, just checking over questions. All right, I'm excited to see the glitter stuff. It is so, I mean, this cup is so stunning, honestly. I've been thinking about getting some, but was waiting to see one done. Yeah, I'm making it right now, so hopefully this will help me make your decision. I recommend getting them soon because they have been selling like hotcakes. I was talking to Jessica earlier, and they are selling. So if you want some, you definitely need to look into getting them soon, so you guys don't miss out. I'm just checking fit right now. Oh no, it does not fit. So I'm going to reprint this image a little bigger than I did. Like I said, I don't normally size everything. I just kind of printed it the full sheet size. This one is a little small because of that warp. So I'm going to make it a little bigger. So bear with me for just a second. So you got a special tumbler. Yes. So you have to buy sublimation tumblers. So this one is a sublimation tumbler, which is specially coated for sublimation. It has a poly coating on it. So let me get my image. Make it a little bigger. All right, and now I'm just gonna print it again. I'm out of printer paper in my printer though, so I need to grab more paper. So bear with me guys, just for a second. It wouldn't be a Morgan Live if I wasn't prepared. Well, while we're looking at it, here's the A-set paper. It comes with a sheet to kind of give you recommended temperatures. It's really awesome. Yeah, I'm just going to grab a sheet to put in my printer. There we go. So let me go put that in my printer so that way I can print this image for y'all. All right, and I just slid the paper in. Super easy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right, and now it's printing. So if you hear that sound, it's printing. All right, so there we go. Are those tumblers more expensive than regular ones? I'm going to flip it up while I'm talking so I can see y'all's comments. Let's see. I'm still learning how to warp. I honestly don't know how to warp, which even on my non-skinny, like on my tapered ones, I still don't warp. I just kind of printed a little larger and then trim the excess as needed. That's how I do it. I know Jennifer, she has done some different templates and stuff, so she would be really good to ask about that. I don't know how to warp. I'm not gonna lie. I say, yeah, it's a special tumbler. Are they more expensive? So, not really, but kind of. Jessica, she tries to keep them the same prices, but obviously if the tumbler is more expensive to buy, so like this hollow one, so pretty, is more expensive than this plain one because it does have that hollow finish. So it is a little more expensive. This one's like $10, I think, but with my code, Morgan12, you can save a little bit on that. But yeah, this one was like $8, I think. I think it's $8, which is a 20-ounce skinny. That's pretty good in my opinion, so not much more. My image just finished printing. I'm going to give it a second while that ink dries. It is an inkjet, so it could be a little wet. But yeah, so this one was like 8. This one was 10, I think. But use my code Morgan12, save 10%, so that would make this 9, which for a 20-ounce tumbler is not bad at all. So let's see. Don't get them off Amazon. Usually not a true sublimation tumbler. Very true. I have one sublimation product that I've bought off of Amazon, which were little rounds that I use for keychains, and they've worked great, but I've heard, I looked into them, I looked and found them. Overall, I would not recommend getting Amazon ones. I definitely recommend tumblers from Puzzle, but I get my shirts from Jiffy or All Day Shirts. I bought masks recently, but I know Jessica is working on getting lots of awesome sublimation products for you guys. I believe the last time I talked to her, she said about 20 new products coming. So keep your eyes out, guys. Sublimation's coming if you guys are into it. The more you're into it, the more she'll get. So, but definitely leave me ideas. We can see what we can do. I have an Epson Inco Tank 2720. I bought a wrap template today. Yes, definitely. I don't know how to warp. Thanks. And what ink? I use the Seagull brand ink. It's right here. SEOGOL. I don't know if that's backwards for you guys, but that's the ink that I use. Yes, there's so many fun things you can sublimate. I've done shirts, tumblers, and those little blanks that I made keychains. But so many different things. Big paragraph. All right. How do I price them if I'm not using epoxy? So I have sold mine. This is all personal preference, you guys. So I sell mine for $30. Because I still take the time to create them and stuff. It's just not as much time, so I don't charge as much as I do for my 20-ounce with epoxy and stuff. But I charge $30, and I've had several sales. I've seen some people charge $20. It just depends on your materials, what you want to like pay yourself, the profit you want to make, the amount of time and effort it takes you. It takes me 15 minutes to make it, give or take, maybe 30, I don't know. But it could take some people hours, you know, to get it to get it taped right. So I must have choked on air or something. But yeah, so I priced mine at $30 and they've sold really well. Let's see, I missed a thing. Shanna said there's a couple different brands you can use on Amazon. There's Printer's Jack, the one Morgan uses, which is, yeah, Seagull, which is the Seagull brand. It was just the first one that popped up. It was Amazon's choice, and it said it worked with my printer, so I just went with it, and it's worked really well. And then Cosmos is another, yeah, highly recommended one. People really love Cosmos. I haven't tried it, but I've heard really good things. I'm searching for an Epson 3620 before I commit. I have heard of that one, but I don't know anything about it, unfortunately. Shanna says she has some pillowcases, puzzles. I want to get puzzles. Blankets, oh my gosh, yes, I want to get the panel blanket that I keep seeing everywhere. I just haven't found one yet, but to be fair, I haven't really looked. But yes, I say there's so many things. Pillowcases, blankets, puzzles, phone cases, phone grips, masks, shirts, keychains, ornaments. I mean, people sublimate everything. Tumblers, obviously. Anything you can think of. I mean, there's probably a way to sublimate something. So, love Cosmos. Yeah, I say a lot of people have heard about Cosmos. Let me grab my image over here, you guys. All right, so I just went ahead and printed the same image bigger. So I'm going to trim it. And this is a marble with like a rose gold like stripe down the side, or down diagonally. Masks are hot and fast money. Definitely. I just bought some masks. They're downstairs. I was going to work on some and then I forgot. But as I've been talking with Jessica, so she's ordered lots of stuff. I don't know exactly what, so don't ask. But she's ordered lots of amazing stuff. I'm sure she is always trying to get us the best stuff. So definitely keep your eye out. Puzzle Tumblers, the Facebook group you're in right now. I mean, I'm sure she's got lots and lots on the way. She's been talking about sublimation for a minute. Air fresheners, car coasters, lighters. Yeah, exactly. There's so much stuff. Jewelry, exactly. I make the stamped bracelets, like this kind, like the stamped bracelets. And I've seen people sublimating cuffs like this, and it's so cool. You can sublimate on glass. I haven't seen that, but I'm sure if it has a poly coating, which you can get a clear poly coating item, I'm sure you could. Just finished a Mardi Gras mask. Ooh, that sounds cool. You'll have to send me a picture. Like, you can personal message me. Let's see. I've been making masks since the beginning of this insanity. I have and have to replace my teacher income on these loans. Exactly. I can sew mediocre. I'm not a great sewer, but I was thinking about making masks for myself, and then just my shop took off, like my personal shop took off, so I haven't had a chance to, but I can't sew well enough to sell. Let's see. Missing comments. Disclaimer, I work in a private school and get paid peanuts. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, for real though. Like my shop this year, I obviously, I'm not going to go into too much details, but let's say I've made almost 700 sales this year. The first huge wave of sales I had was in April, and it's just blown up since, and then I had a huge one in September. So I don't know if you guys, how long y'all have been in Puzzle, but I used to do lives and like post all the time, and I've been so busy since September that I haven't been posting or doing lives. So I'm excited to be back. I'm taking a small like step back starting this year, so hopefully I'll see y'all more. All right. I know, Shanna. I can't wait to see what sublimation items Jessica has coming too. Do I want to make that the top? No, I want to make that the top. Okay. Sorry. Okay, we're going to flip y'all down. We're going to get wrapping this next tumbler. So excited. So we're going to wrap it, this one. So this is the start. It's a super pretty holographic finish. I don't have any flashlights in here. No, that did nothing. That's a black light flashlight for my glow-in-the-dark cups. But yeah, you guys can see that rainbow. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it. I just got some mugs to start subbing as well. I know I need Jessica to start carrying mugs. I need her to start carrying them because I have needs for everything sublimation. I don't sew them. I get the ready. Oh, that's smart. Yes, I just bought the plain white ones, plain white sublimation masks downstairs, and I'm super excited. So I'm going to go ahead and flip you guys down, so I might not be able to see your comments for a minute, but keep commenting. Shanna's been really amazing about answering questions, so if not, I have it up over there, and I'll check it periodically. But I'm going to go ahead and get this tumbler wrap so we can get it baking. Then we can chat more, okay? Don't mind my green pants if you saw them. They're comfy. So here is my image. It is, like I said, like a kind of like a geode. It's looking kind of purple, but when you print your images, they're not always going to look exactly like they're going to come out. It's supposed to be kind of like a dark pink, goldish situation. So I'm going to make sure my tumbler fits. This one is perfectly straight, so it's super awesome. And I'm going to take my paper, wrap it, and make sure it fits really well. And then I'm going to pull it super tight. Make sure I have it straight. All right, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to wrap it up. There we go. Perfect. And I'm just going to pull this as tight as I can. Make sure everything is super, super tight. You want to get it super tight so you don't have to worry about any patches. Okay, and I'm just going to do a couple strips of tape on this seam. Get it nice and flat. All right, there's that. And then if you had shrink wrap, you could just slide it in, hit it with your heat gun, and it would be great. But I do not. So let's see. I'm trying to think because I think there's a line right there. I'm going to peel this off and see. You guys are going to be in my brain for a minute. Okay, let me check comments real quick. Just sent me pictures. Awesome. I'll see them when I get off the live. Let's see. Yes, they need to be sublimation ready cups. Correct. Perfect. And then for temperature wise, I do about 400 degrees. That is just what I do. Some people do more, some people do less. So I don't trim, I just overlap. I'm actually going to trim this time, I think. I don't know. I'm trying to think it through because this is like a wrap piece. Because this pink goes right here. so it'll stop short if I don't trim it, but if I trim it, you guys are coming into my brain with me for a second. This is usually the behind the scenes stuff y'all don't see. Usually I would have thought about this, but I literally bought this image to do right before I started this live. So I think I'm gonna trim it up a little bit. Yeah, because that already cuts off. So I'm gonna trim this just a little bit, and yes, I eyeball it. Don't scream at me. I eyeball everything. If you guys have talked to me in crafting, I just eyeball things. I wing things. But this is also a personal tumbler, so it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just playing. So, all right, we're gonna wrap it all around. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go with it like this. All right, so I'm going to make sure I've pulled it super tight. There we go. And I'm gonna make sure I get it nice and tight down here too. And nice and tight up here. There we go. All right. Welcome to my brain. All right, let's see. So yeah, I usually just overlap. I haven't had any issues with blowout, as you can see on this one. I had no issues with it at all. It would be wiser to trim, but I don't always do things the smart way. So I don't trim normally. You have problems with your edges. So I personally, since I use tape, I can show you how I tape mine. And I haven't had any issues with the edges. So hopefully that'll help. Was wondering the same thing about not trimming off the extra. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with it. So I have a slight overlap you guys can see, but nothing crazy on this one. But the other one I overlapped and it worked just fine. If you are concerned about it, you could always tape it and then X-Acto knife it. Carefully, of course, carefully. Or like take something and mark it so you can see the edge and then trim it. But I haven't had any issues with it. We never know. After sublimating, if you decide to resin your tumbler, how do you wipe down the tumbler so there's no oil from your fingertips? I mean, I would probably just like stick my hand in and wipe it down. Or like if I'm putting it on a turner, obviously I'll put it like the football in and then wipe it down with the football on the PVC pipe or whatever. Wipe it down and then just stick it on my turner. But I haven't glittered after subbing yet, so I can't give too much advice. Let's see. All right, after I just read that. Put the printed part under the other side. It's printed all the way around. The whole thing is printed. It all has the marble effect on it. It's not just plain white on any part. I use silicone bracelets on the top and bottom rims, no white spots. Ooh, okay. That's a cool idea. I might have to try that sometime. That's a really cool idea. All right, so I'm going to take my heat tape. This is how I get my rims done. I'm just going to take it and I pull it super tight over the rim. And this just kind of folds down the rim so you guys can see. This is a kind of white design since it's like a white marble. So if you're starting out and you're concerned about the patchy coverage, I would start with a design like this that's kind of white. So that way if you have any spots, it almost wouldn't even be noticeable since the most of this image is white. But I'm making this one for myself. I love pink. I like marble, so we're making a pink marble. Let's see. Oh, I cut out. Do I use alcohol or no? Oh, to wipe it down? I mean, yeah, you could use isopropyl alcohol. And that would be fine. Honestly, since these don't have any coating, you could probably even use acetone. I would just go in with alcohol, though, to wipe it down on just, like, a paper towel to clean it off. Sorry, I'm reading comments, you guys. Can someone like your comments so you can watch later? There you go. You got lots of people liking it. And of course, if you guys are working on tumblers and you ever have any questions, make a post, tag me in it, and I will help you guys out. I'm on my phone all day, every day, just because my shop, I am constantly on Facebook answering questions and stuff for like my personal like Etsy shop and stuff. So if you guys ever have any sublimation questions, please feel free to tag me. I will never be mad about getting tagged or like helping. Like I absolutely love helping. I think sublimation tumblers are so cool. Something that if you guys start subbing more, that means Jessica will start carrying more sublimation blanks, which means more goodies for me to play with too. Because I can just buy them from her and then it's a win-win. So, so never feel bad about tagging me though, like legitimately. Don't ever feel bad about it. Happy New Year, Kim. Oh yeah, it's totally New Year's Eve, huh? What are you guys doing tonight? My husband is currently playing video games. I'm obviously here on this live with y'all. I'm probably gonna make some spaghetti later because that sounds really good. And that's gonna be my New Year's. I'll have a glass of wine, you know? That's about it. And I'm up till midnight every night, so, you know, that's normal for me. I was up till 7 a.m. the other night and just pulled an all-nighter because it was pointless to go to sleep at that point for me. You're watching me? I love that for you. Love that for me. Alright. You can go to the ... at the top and click save. Yes, you can always save it. And you can go into your saved pictures or saved videos and stuff for later. Watch it totally. Thank you for your help. Of course. I'm so happy to help. Who even has straight tumblers available? LOL, I can't find any. These ones from Jessica are straight. These sublimation ones. But I know the rest of her skinnies are tapered. But hopefully she'll get more straight ones soon. I know they're super popular, so hopefully she can get some for us. Are we allowed to say companies? I don't think so. I think because in the rules, I love that I don't even know. In the rules, it's not recommended to suggest any Tumbler companies, unfortunately. Just out of respect for Puzzle and all the hard work Jessica does. So if it's a Tumbler company, no comments, no tags, no links especially. But hopefully Jessica will be getting us all some straight tumblers soon. We just got done with Netflix countdown with the kids. Ooh, fun. I saw a thing, you're putting the kids to bed. I saw a thing on TikTok earlier, how she puts her clock forward 3 hours so they can stay up till midnight together and then go to sleep at 9. I thought that was genius. So right now I'm just putting some painter's tape on and pulling it really tight just to make sure I get that full tightness. I'm only going to do 2 of these. The cup's rolling away from me. How rude. All right. And I'm just going to pull it so you can see I'm just kind of pulling it tight as I go to make sure it is super tight all around the cup. And then for the bottom, I'm just going to tape it with painter's tape. I did the heat tape on top so it's super secure. The bottom I'm not as worried about, so I'm going to just use painter's tape. Is all sublimation cups skinny? No, I do not believe so. The 20-ounce skinny is this one that I just did. It was straight. These holographic ones are straight. She has the sippy cups, which are straight. But I know there's a can style that is not straight. So some of them are, some are not. Yeah, so yeah, some are straight, some are tapered. Let's see. I'm checking your comments real quick, so guys, sorry. Let's see. That's what we did, but we put all our activities and food all day and then staying up late. Yeah, exactly. Instead of staying up late, you just get it all done early. That's so funny. I don't have kids, but if we did, like, that is 100% what I would do. Like, ain't nobody got time to be staying up all night. Because, like I said before, I'm up all night now, but I have a feeling if we have kids, like, I will be asleep by 9 p.m. As soon as they're down, I'm down. I don't know how some of y'all do it. My dog keeps me up enough. Alright, and I'm just pulling the painter's tape over the edges to get it nice and flat. This cup is so pretty before. I hope that it makes this image super holographic and shiny. Like, I cannot wait. And then I'm going to need to buy more of these because I only bought 3, and I'm going to need to get more before all of you guys start sublimating. And then buy out all the tumblers. No, it's definitely good, you guys. Go get your tumblers if you want them. All right, last ones. And then pulling it really tight over the edges. All right, and the last one. And then I'm gonna flip you guys up so we can talk and answer some questions. All right, flipping you guys up. There we are. Got a good view of my wall there. All right, so this is still on. It's very hot still. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this in. I'm just gonna make sure everything is good. That did nothing. All right, so yeah, everything looks nice and wrapped really tight, so that is good. So we are going to stick her in. And I'm gonna get my timer set over here. Like I said, normally I would use my AEL EXA, but I don't want to be setting off all of y'all's if you're listening out loud or have her beeping at me. So I'm just using a timer on my laptop. So I'm putting it in. For anyone that didn't see the first one, I'm putting it into my convection oven. It is set at 400 degrees, and I'm going to do 3 minutes, rotate, 3 minutes, rotate, and then 3 minutes. So 9 minutes total. All right, and we let it bake. Okay, let's see. Careful, this is addicting. I know, honestly. Let's see. You can't wait to try these. What's a good price point? So I've seen so many prices. I price my 20-ounce skinnies at $30, which is $15 less than my epoxy ones. But I also price my epoxy ones differently. I know some people charge more for more decals or more for Milky Ways or whatever. I charge one flat price, so my prices are probably a little different than what you guys would do. But I charge $30 for these. I've seen as low as $20. I've seen up to $40. So it really just depends on what you want to do, what works for your shop, your customers, your time, work, your materials. So if you get the cups from Puzzle, these plain ones are $8. You can use my code Morgan12 to save 12%. So that makes it more like $7. But yeah, so it really just depends. Like, it's really all personal preference on what you price them. But I charge $30. And I'll charge, I think, $35 for those just because they are $10. And then if you use my code, it would be $9. But yeah, so I might charge $35 for those, depending, give or take. But yeah, definitely use my code when checking out because it will help you guys save that money. You know, save more, buy more, profit more, you know. I've been wanting to get started. I've been doing the other way for over a year, so I need a new addiction. Ooh. Yes, I've been making glitter tumblers, like epoxy glitter tumblers for 3 years? Something like that. Yeah, about 3 years, because my husband enlisted and I started when he was at basic. So yeah, about 3 years. I've been making epoxy ones. So I originally got sublimation because I wanted to do shirts. So we'll see if Jessica brings shirts. I don't really know if she will, just because that is such a huge thing. But I wanted to start doing shirts, and I honestly do not like heat transfer vinyl. I've made shirts for myself and like shirts for friends and family, and it just does not hold up in my opinion. I just don't like the quality. I don't like how expensive it is. So I didn't want to do it. So I never did shirts. So I ended up wanting to do shirts, and I started with screen printing, which is like the ink and the screen. And I did that for a minute and I fell in love with it. And so I was like, sublimation, I'm doing it, you know? So I went ahead and I bought everything, invested. I got a nice new heat press, and I've been hooked for shirts and tumblers and everything. Do you epoxy? No. So you don't have to epoxy over these. These are done and ready. All right, so it's been 3 minutes. I'm gonna use my glove like this because that's how that's used, obviously. And here we go in the next 3 minutes. But no, you do not epoxy over these. You literally, you're doing what's in there now. You wrap the paper, you bake it, and then it comes out like this, and you're done. Now, if you wanted to add glitter or a vinyl decal, like say you made this and you're trying to sell it, and you're like, here, look at this tumbler. You want to buy it? And someone's like, yeah. And they're like, can I put my name on it? You can't sublimate again, but you could. Thank you for the reminder. Don't forget your timer. Yeah, I just saw I hit 3 minutes because I have it muted. Thank you. So I did just rotate it because it was at 3 minutes. You're amazing. But if you wanted to add a name, you could a vinyl on a name and then epoxy it, and it would work great. But nope, otherwise you're done. This is it. Everyone got them for Christmas. I honestly didn't do Christmas presents this year, besides for a couple for my husband, because I live in Texas. In Central Texas, exactly, actually. I live on Fort Hood, 5 minutes from Jessica, so it's great. But, we were supposed to be going home to Georgia for Christmas, and the Army decided to, not approve my husband's leave until after we were supposed to leave. And then we ran out of time, and traveling 14 plus hours with a German Shepherd would be hard, so we just stayed home. So I honestly didn't, because I was going to buy presents when I got there, because I have a tiny car. So we didn't go, and I didn't buy presents, so I'm a terrible person. But no, I'm just gonna do late Christmas for everyone, or bigger birthdays. Let's see, been doing tumblers for over 2 years, and I want to offer sublimation. It's amazing, honestly. Let's see, I'm catching up. Don't forget your timer. I love that. Does it make a difference on the finished product? Does the matte? No, I bought it because I thought, in my brain, listen, I've talked to Gina about this, if you guys have seen her name in the group. She was asking a bunch of questions. She's like, well, how did you decide? I was like, I just bought one. I don't know. So in my head, I thought putting this on the metal would make it catch fire. So I bought the silicone mat. It doesn't do anything. I've put these on the metal, and I've put them on the silicone mat, and they turn out the same. So no. No, it doesn't. But in my brain, I literally was at Target buying the oven, and I had a $50 oven in my cart, and I was so excited, and I was like, wait, it's gonna catch fire. And I grabbed the mat, but it doesn't make a difference, honestly. You live and you learn. But so no, you don't need it. Thank you for all the information. Of course, I'm happy to help. I'm sorry I ramble so much. I do. I ramble a lot. But you love me for it, right? All right, 6 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it one last time. All right, it's last 3 minutes, and I don't know if rotating it makes a big difference. I saw when I first got my oven, I was looking into it, and I saw someone say they rotate it halfway to get the heat the same. I don't know, so I've just always rolled it, and it's worked great. So that's what I do. Oh, you're doing great. Oh, thank you. So I don't mind doing lives. Okay, wait, you're so great. Great info. Or you're so cute, great info. I bought everything I need, just waiting on our sublimation to get here. I'm so excited for you. You have to share what you do and tag me in it, for sure. Like, I love seeing y'all's stuff. You don't have one, but don't use it. Yeah, exactly. It makes no difference. But, you said you guys are saying I'm doing great. I love you guys. You guys are so sweet. I used to work with kids. So if you know me personally, or if you like looked at my page or seen half my work, I do Disney a lot. That's because I'm a Disney kid, grown up in Georgia. We were pass holders. We'd go to Disney like once a month. It was great. But I worked for Disney for 5 years, and you have to be able to fill in that like blank space. Even if it's just talking about like, oh, look, I have a red shirt sitting over there. You know, you have to be able to fill in that space. So that's where I got my talking skills from, I guess. Like, I'm not a great talker, but I can talk. So, all right, we're at 8 minutes. But yeah, so I ramble. And that was one reason that my stage director, my manager loved me, was because she could put me on an event, and if there was a shy little kid there, I could literally just talk with them, and they would be talking by the end of the event. So like we're drawing Mickey, you know. Yeah, so I ramble a lot, but it was part of my charm at the store. Let's see. What is my cooking time? So I am doing mine at 400 degrees for 9 minutes, rotating every 3. Be sure to get an oven thermometer. That's a great tip. I've heard that. I haven't gotten one yet. I just have mine set, and I learned with my oven. But yeah, some people, their ovens run differently. They could start dying over time. So you definitely want to make sure you have your temperatures right. Good tip. Thank you. I'll be purchasing a lot of stuff. My husband might not like me after. My husband was so for it. I was telling him about it. He's like, well, why haven't you bought it yet? I was like, okay. Like, he's the sweetest when it comes to that. You're welcome. Fun to be on live with you. Keep them coming. Oh, thank you. I'm hoping to do more. I was talking with Jessica earlier, and I want to do one of the welded cups, and I want to do something with the new Argyle cup that came out, and some Valentine's stuff. I'm hoping to do more now that I'm not so busy because of Christmas. I'm hoping to do more. So hopefully you guys will see my face a lot more. Yay. You guys are welcome. Say my husband knows the way to my heart is craft stuff. Exactly. Or chocolate. Or pizza. Love pizza. Anyways. Yeah, craft stuff though. I told him for Christmas, I was like, no craft stuff. So I'm flipping you guys down. So sorry if I can't see your comments for a minute. I'm going to try. But we're going to go ahead and start peeling off all of this. Remember, this is a stainless steel tumbler. It is metal coming out of a 400-degree oven. It is very hot. Let's see. So yeah, please be careful. Is the cooking time? Let me pull up your comments over here. Is the cooking time and temp the same when using the thermal heat press? I honestly have not used the heat press, but no, I think I've seen that if you're pressing a tumbler, it doesn't take, like in a cup press, I don't think it takes as much time. I would definitely have to look into that before doing it, or just experiment with it, but I do not have a mug press. All right, I'm just going through and peeling off my tape. Well, you guys can see that purple seeping through. Not seeping, but like showing through. Ooh, that's exciting. Exciting things are happening. All right. My husband's the same. Yay for you good husbands. Have you ever tried the water technique? Excuse me, what is that? What is the water technique? I don't think I have, but I am intrigued now. Let's see. My oven is set at 350 degrees inside, and the thermometer reads 375. Oh. Okay. Yeah, see, and you bake it. Okay, so you bake it 375, but for 6 minutes. See, I say all these ovens are so different, so it really is different per oven. It's the same as like different heat presses take differently, but also different paper and different ink requires different temperatures and times. So it all varies. Oh my gosh, I ripped, but can you guys see that? I'm dying. I'm dead inside. That is so pretty. Okay. Sorry, I'm dramatic. All right. Well, now we're here, so let's go ahead and get this off. Oh my gosh, you guys. Can you see that? I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh, this hollow is so pretty. Oh my gosh, you're kidding. That is so stunning. Is that hot still? Yes. Hot, hot. That is so stunning, you guys. Do you see that? I am so obsessed. This is my personal cup, and I'm like dying. I'm so excited. All right, I'm going to flip it up and try to answer some comments. What tape is that? I use blue painter's tape, and it leaves a residue. So this is blue painter's tape, probably from Lowe's, but it's just the Scotch blue painter's tape, and it hasn't left any residue for me, thankfully. And then heat tape from Amazon. I set mine at 400 and do it for 7 minutes, turning every 220. There you go. That's pretty close to what I do. I do 400 for 9 minutes. I missed the beginning. Is that just sub paper, heat tape, and painter's tape? Yes. So I'll go through and talk about everything one more time. Do I get my images off Etsy? Yes. So this one is off Etsy. Look at that seam though. Okay, yeah, this one is off of Etsy. But this one I think my husband just snagged off of Google. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Etsy is a great place for all of these tumbler images. Once the tumbler's finished cooking, people submerge it in water, then pull the paper off. That sounds really cool. I may have to try that one time. What is that? A plain white tumbler before you subbed it? Yes. I'll show you the befores and the afters, so let me grab other tumblers. Interesting, I've never heard of that. I see, that's really cool. I may have to try that sometime. Let's see. I say it was a plain white tumbler. To get the residue off, use the painter's tape. Work good. Do what? Use the painter's tape. Okay, yeah, you can definitely use that to get the residue. Okay, let me grab one more tumbler so I can show you guys. So give me just a second. All right, so I'm just grabbing my tumbler. Sorry, my hollow ones were still in the hallway. I never put them away. All right, so let me flip you guys up and we'll talk about all the stuff that we did today. All right, there we go. So, get settled, there we go. All right, so these are how the tumblers come. So, let's see. So this is the holographic one we just did. So this is how it comes straight out of the box. I mean, you just saw me unwrap it. There we go. So this is the original one. Still a little warm. And here is the finished product. So this was the before, this was the after. This is a hollow white coated tumbler. And this is the after. It's got like a marble on it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. This is my cup. I'm so excited. But yeah, so before and after, super pretty. Look at that hollow. So pretty. All right. And then this is the other one. So also plain white. There we go. That face though. There we go. And this was the before and after of the other one. How awesome is that, right? That's so cool. So I am so obsessed with sublimation. I've been live for 50 minutes, give or take a little. Lots of babbling because me, but we made 2 full tumblers. And look at that. So pretty. So pretty. My husband's gonna lose his mind, honestly. He's gonna be so excited. And like, I'm obsessed with this. So obsessed. I wish these went to the edges, so I would have to make my image taller, so that is a note. But oh my goodness. So, so pretty. And that hollow just gave this cup like that extraness, and I love it. All right, so let me go through the comments and see, because I see a bunch of comments going, and I'm just over here talking. All right, so let me talk and answer questions. Okay, was that a plain white? Yep, I just showed that. These are straight, yes. So these ones are straight, I believe. The first batch of ones were not straight, the first plain whites, but I think they're all going to be straight from now on. I think so, don't quote me on that. But I think that's the case. So yeah, I think, so these ones are straight. They're all from Puzzle. I haven't bought tumblers from anyone else besides Puzzle, so these are from Puzzle. These ones I just bought the other day when they launched. So yeah, they're straight, which is awesome. Yes, so it was hollow to start, and then the other one was a basic white. The hollow cups are so cute. Like, this is the plain hollow, and like this is the finished product hollow, but like so pretty. It's a great way to get some shine on there. It looks like the tack-it method for any of my cup makers. Like the tack-it method on a cup. It's so pretty. I wish I had better lighting to show you guys. All right. Do we only offer the 20 skinnies? So we have the 20 skinnies, the 20 skinny hollow. We have these, which I put over here. I thought about doing one of these. I just don't know what to put on it. We have these ones available, which are plain white. And they're the sippies that come with the transition lid. So we have these available. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. And I think these would be great for babies and like toddlers because there's no epoxy. You can't crack it. So if you drop it, like, this is amazing. I love these. So Sublimation sippy with the lid. We have those. There are soda cans as well. Like the like a can shape. I don't have any cans, but like a can shape. So those are available as well. But I'm sure she also has a lot on the way. Sorry, I was reading comments. She has a lot on the way though too. You have the tapered ones, would love the straight. I think they're all going to be straight soon. I know she's out of the plain ones right now, but the hollows are straight. Oh, the 15 ounce as well. Yes, I say the 15 ounce. I was totally thinking. My favorite size is sub. Yes, I say 20 ounces are like the perfect size. I like a 30 ounce tumbler. Like this one is a 30 ounce, my personal Disney cup. But I think 20s are my best seller, my 20 skinnies. So I'm so happy that it's sublimatable too. Like there's the sublimation versions. Yes, lots of sublimation stuff coming. So like if you guys are into sublimation, please, please, please shop from Puzzle. Use my code Morgan12 to save. And like, let's get more stuff in the shop because I have needs, okay? They're so beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so let's do a recap on materials real quick. So you start with your puzzle tumblers, Sublimation Tumbler. You're going to print off your image. I use A-Sub paper, and I have an Epson EcoTank 2720. That's a tongue twister. And then I tape it on using Amazon heat tape and painter's tape. You can also use shrink wrap. I just don't have any. And then you bake it in an oven. This is a $50 convection oven from Target. And you bake it for, I do 400 for 9 minutes. It is going to vary from paper to paper, oven to oven. But if you get everything that I have, which is Amazon and Target, you can, it's really great. Oh, and my ink is the Siegel brand ink from Amazon. If you guys remind me once I finish this live, I will link everything for you guys. Can you hold it close to the camera? Yes. So, wait, hold on. Hollow. Yes, the hollow does show through on the dark part. It's so, I can see it in person. I can still see the hollow. I know it's so hard to tell on camera. I know it's so hard to tell, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm working on better lighting, so I want to get studio lights like I used to have. Let me see if I can raise my light thing up. I don't know if you guys can tell. But yes, it does hollow through the darker parts still. There we go. But yeah, it is super pretty. Yeah, I don't think you can tell on camera, but you can still see the hollow all over the cup, even through like the dark purpley brown color. Let's see. She used A-Sub. Yes, I used A-Sub paper. Did they fit in car cup holders? Yeah, they should. These are 20 ounce skinnies. I take this one everywhere, and it's the same size on the bottom. So yeah, I say this one goes everywhere with me. So, yes, they should fit in car cup holders. They're 20 ounce skinnies. What kind of paper? I get my A-Sub paper on Amazon. So my A-Sub paper and my ink are both from Amazon. I'll just hold that up for a minute. Use my head to balance. Please go live more. I like you. Oh my goodness. How did I switch it? Well, there's my turners, you guys. I say it's a total mess over there. Holidays hit me hard. I don't know how I turned it somehow. Please go live more. I like you. I like you too. Let's see. I'm new to the group. Are the tumblers ready to ship? Yes. So she does. Jessica is the owner of Puzzle Tumblers. Welcome, by the way. And all of these are ready to ship. So if they are on puzzletumblers.com, you can add them to your cart right now, and they will ship. I think right now she had to, because of holidays and delays and stuff. The shipping time is like 3 days, 3 to 5 days. But she ships super fast. She ships super fast, so they're ready to ship. When you add them to your cart, use code Morgan12, save that 12%, and then check out and they'll ship super fast. So yes, all ready to ship. There is a Puzzle Tumblers wholesale website, and you can get cases, but they are not ready to ship. They will take like months. Let's see. I have like a tickle in my throat. You guys are all so sweet though. Yes, A-Sub. I have 125. I don't really know the difference. I'm not going to pretend to. This is just the one that I saw recommended from my printer, so that's the one I got. But yeah, A-Sub brand, I really do enjoy. Let's see. You're welcome, Sandy. Do I have Amazon ink or Cosmos? I have Amazon ink. It's right here. This is the Seagull brand. Let me scooch over. There we go. Would it mess up the sub if you added a decal? No. So these, once you've subbed it, it is on there. So like, you can scratch at it and it's on there. It is baked into that coating. So sublimation ink is really cool because when you heat it up, it's heat activated. So it's heating up and it actually pushes the ink into that coating. So it's really cool. So yeah, you could still scratch the tumbler, but you're not going to scratch off that ink. It is there. Let's see. Hard to see it, but beautiful in person. It is so pretty in person, honestly. Like, it is really hard to see the hollow. I wish I had a better light, and I just don't. And I'm so sad because I will go to my light box and take a picture and post this for you guys. How about that? So keep an eye out. I'm going to post it tonight because stunning. The hollow is unreal. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the hollow. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I know it's hard to see because I live on a military base. My husband's in the Army. We live on base. It is so hard to see. I have terrible lighting. There's one light right in the middle of the room and it's so yellow. So I'm working on getting some big studio lights around here. So hopefully soon. Where do I get the A-Sub paper? Amazon. Yes, sublimation ink. Let's see. Does it matter what ink or just make sure it's sublimation ink? Yes, so you have to make sure it's sublimation ink. It will say sublimation ink. I can link which ones I use. But yes, sublimation ink. Brands do vary. Some people have preferences. I have the Seagull brand. That's what I use today. It's right there, S-E-O-G-O-L. And it's worked really amazing for me. But some people swear by the Cosmos brand. So, but yeah, you definitely need sublimation ink. Yeah, the A-Sub papers from Amazon. Sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up on comments. Ships from Texas? Yes, so Puzzle Tumblers is located in Central Texas, in Killeen, Texas. Which is right where Fort Hood is, because that's where I live. Your Epsom 2720, does it go bigger than 8.5 by 11? So the 2720s go up to 8.5 by 14. So yeah, so I just have the one size paper right now, which is the 8.5 by 11. When I do a bigger image, I just print them like this. So then it's 11 wide, and then I'll stack 2 papers to do bigger projects. Love Cosmos. Yes, I know a lot of people love Cosmos ink. You guys are so sweet. All right. Any other questions? And like I said, I'm going to get off and I have it up over here. I will try to link everything that I have down below. If I forget, just tag me. Just ask. But yeah, these are our finished products. Super easy, right? So I hope you guys are super intrigued. If you don't want to invest in the printer and stuff yet, you can actually buy full sheet sublimation wraps like this and buy the wraps. They're like $1, $2, $3, whatever. Super inexpensive. And then just buy the oven. A couple tips are, like I said, this will be 400 degrees when you take it out of the oven. Please be careful to not burn your fingers. The oven, also very hot. What else? A couple tips. I had a couple tips to not. Oh, duh. The oven. Sublimation is non-toxic, meaning like I could lick this and it would be fine. But when you're baking it, there are fumes when you're baking the ink into the tumbler. So there are fumes. So do not bake tumblers in your like kitchen oven. Buy a separate little oven. You can get a cheap little $50 one like I did, but please do not put this in your actual oven you cook food in. I haven't heard of it hurting anyone, but you are baking ink into polyethylene, a poly coating. I don't know what it is, a poly coating, so please be careful. Do not do it in your kitchen oven. That was the big safety tip I wanted to share. Super hot, obviously, and don't do it in your kitchen oven. Any other questions about products or tumblers? I'm gonna go wash this and I'm going to use it tonight because I'm obsessed. If you guys want any other sublimation specific tutorials, let me know. I know Jessica has lots of products on the way, so as soon as they come in, I will be doing a lot of tutorials showing off the new products. So I'm super excited to do that with you guys. But if you have any other random tutorial recommendations, let me know, and I would be happy to. Puzzle Tumblers doesn't sell shirts, but I will be doing a tutorial on my YouTube channel maybe tonight, probably not tonight, but I will do a shirt tutorial on my YouTube channel, so you can just search it by searching my name. If you can't find it, you can message me, I'll message it to you. Typically I just take these videos, so like this video, I will then go upload to YouTube tonight. So a lot of it is just lives from here, but I do a couple different things over there. Like I just did a screen printing shirt tutorial not long ago. So yeah, you can check out if you want more sublimation tutorials about like shirts and stuff and masks over there, but I will be doing more stuff like that here soon when she gets more products in. Thank you, Rusty. We need a tutorial on printing 2 sheets for a bigger project. I could do that. I could definitely do that on my YouTube. I don't have any like big products that I could do for a live here, but you could definitely check it out on my channel. Or I'm hoping, I've talked to Jessica about it, I'm hoping she'll get doormats in soon. So if she gets doormats in, you know I'm gonna have to print bigger, and I would love to show you guys that. So it's super fun. I have no idea how to do that. Do what? You have no idea how to do which one? Search on YouTube. Once you sublimate in a convection oven, please do not use for food. Exactly. I just said that it does release fumes, and you do not want to risk getting those fumes into your oven to then onto your food. It's not worth the risk, so definitely don't do that. Get a separate oven. This one's $50 at Target. They go on sale frequently, so you could definitely get a good deal on one. Convection ovens. Great job. Thank you. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off for the night. I'm going to go wash these so my husband and I can use them. But I hope you guys learned something. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to try to link things now. If I forget, please just comment and say, hey, can I get a link? And I'll link it for you. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Puzzletumblers.com is the website. You can use the code Morgan12 to save even more on already good price things. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.